So I have been getting asked by a few new players what are the best gems for the Tempest class, and today that is what I will be sharing. But before I start, this will be my personal opinion, so you can disagree with that. That is totally fine. So if we go to the market, we have a ton of gems, so I will try and only focus on the gems that I want to recommend, starting with the Berserker Eye. It is one of the best one-star gems you can still get. They have fixed the translation where it was saying you take 15% more damage back to 5%. So good to see they have fixed the translation error with the gem. So you can get the Berserker Eye, it will increase your damage. And the next gem that is going to be the Everlasting. If you want to blaze some enemies, have some damage over time, this gem will give you that, and it will also increase some of your attack speed. So that is going to be the second one-star gem. The next one is going to be the Blessed Fable, one of the best gems you can get for the Tempest, especially in PvE. Tempest is very beneficially region hungry, and this gem is going to be pretty useful, at least in PvE side. And if we move on to the next gem, I will recommend getting the power and command. If I can find that, there we go. So Tempest is using a lot of dashes, which is skill, and also using a lot of the primary. So this gem is going to be really good in PvE and PvP for you, because it can also remove the harmful effect from you, especially in PvP. So a decent gem that you can get. The next gem I'm going to recommend from the 2-star is going to be the Viper Bite if you want to get some damage over time, since the Tempest is lacking any damage over time ability. You can add that by having Viper Bite, and also this gem is pretty good in PvE and PvP. So if you want to go with some damage over time poison, you can go get the Viper Bite. Next gem is going to be Mother Lament. In my opinion, still it is really good for PvP and PvE. For the Tempest will give you some critical hit chance. Now I will not recommend getting the Pain Clouds. The reason for that is, like I said, Tempest does not have any damage over time effect, and unless you're running Viper by Seeping by Everlasting, Pain Clouds will not work for you. And I'm not sure if I am forgetting any good 2-star gems here. I don't want to make this video a bit too long. I believe so. There is one gem missing from the market that is going to be Farman Fang. Pretty good gem. You can go get that. That is going to be solid gem for PvE and somewhat decent for PvP as well. And if we move on to the 5-star gem category here, Plus Jade is going to be really good to increase the movement speed and damage, and then Bottle Hope is going to be good to increase your movement speed and some of the damage with some cooldown reduction. So decent gems you can get. You can also go with the Seeping Ball if you want to get some more damage over time on Tempest, but keep one thing in mind: if you're going with the Seeping Ball, you might as well get the Viper Bite, because they both work really good together. Viper Bite can most of the time can also trigger the Seeping Ball, since this gem has really low chance of getting triggered, only about 4%. So having a Viper Bite is really somewhat a good combo with the Seeping Ball. Next, if we move on, there is Concentrated Wool, really good gem you can get with the Tempest. We have plenty dashes to keep triggering this gem, and you might as well add this gem to your build. It will increase some damage, and it will also do some damage in between. The angel is going to damage anything in between your dashes, so somewhat good gem. The next gem I'm going to recommend is going to be Gloom Cast. Again, this is working really good for primary of the Tempest in PvP and PvE. Really solid gem, in my opinion, one of the best out there. And the next gem is going to be the Starfire Shot, only for PvP, nothing else. In PvE, this gem is not good. In my opinion, I'm not using this gem anymore in PvE. Even myself only equipped with this when I go to PvP. So if you are heavy focused on the PvP, go get the Starfire. Otherwise, you have better option. Next, you can also go get the voice box and what working decent if you want to add a bit more AoE attack, especially if you have some gems like Viper Bite and Seeping Bar. This is going to help you reach a bit more range, hitting plays of the enemies next to you and having that electrocute effect that is going to chain lightning from one enemy to another and spreading some of the poison gems if you have. And if you don't have Hyper by Sleeping Ball, you can go with something else. You have few options. Next is going to be Rolling Consequence. At the moment, one of the best gems you can get to increase your critical hit chance, and on the top of that, it also put your enemies on fire. And that is really important because we have wind element on Tempest, and you can create a firestorm with fire and wind. This is really strong in PvP and PvE. And you can also go get some spiteful blood for PvP only, but other than that, not needed in PvE. And as for more of the deep, I did not felt like this gem is needed in PvP because as a Tempest, you are moving so fast. This gem trigger is a bit too slow, and it might be better for you to get some gems which gives you some other benefit. Could be the damage or could be something else. So those will be the recommendation from me for the gems 1 star, 2 star, and 5 star. And my apologies if I have missed something here. Let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll see you all in the next one later, guys.